How's it going, everybody? My name's Anthony, or Death Killer, and today I am making a brand new Iron Man. But this isn't just any Iron Man. This Iron Man has all of his stats blocked to level 1 with the exception of my health. Thankfully though, I'm giving myself a little bit of an out here. I can unlock new skills at various total level milestones, but before I go into all that, let me just go and talk about the series real quick so you guys can get a better understanding of how this is going to work. Let's get right into it. So there's not actually a lot of rules to the series, but there is one kind of big rule that I do want to mention, and that is questing. You see, questing in RuneScape 3 is a little overpowered. There's a lot of quest XP you can get at almost any point in time, and a lot of times you can just save this quest XP reward for later. I decided to add a little bit of a twist just to make a little bit of balance when it comes to questing, because if I didn't, then I would literally just be banking a bunch of quest XP and using it whenever I can, and to me, that sounds boring and kind of almost defeats the purpose in a little bit of a sense. So I said, screw that. So what the rule is that whenever I complete a quest, if there's any kind of reward that can be claimed after the fact or can be used for later or any kind of reward that was related to XP, I have to use it then and there. I have to claim it then and there, and I have to use it then and there. If I do not use it right after completing the quest, then I lose it forever. Or if I don't have the ability to use it then and there, like let's just say I complete a quest and it requires having level 75 plus in a stat in order to claim like a fat XP reward, if I don't have anything that I can use that XP reward in, I lose it forever. This adds a little bit of balance because I can't just go and do a bunch of super duper crazy XP quests, get a fat bunch amount of XP in one quest, bank the XP lamp rewards for later, or just save them in my inventory until I unlock the skills for it later and use it later. I can't do that. It has to be used then and there. And if it can't be used, then it's gone forever. That's the purpose, and it's at a little bit of a balance. Now, the other thing I want to mention is how exactly am I blocking my XP? Because I'm sure some people are kind of curious about it, and I will show you a little bit in this video as well. But just to kind of go over, there's an NPC in Lumbridge in RuneScape 3 that if you talk to him, you can actually select the option to block XP. And what I do is I just go and talk to him, select the block XP option, then you can click the skill and press block. And I just did that for all of my skills except for HP, and then so be it, they're all blocked. So there you go. Now, the reason I actually didn't block HP is because you can't actually block health points. You will always gain health points even if you block the skill. It only blocks you from getting it from quest rewards. So I figured might as well just keep going with that and have HP as my starting skill. So there you go. Anyways, without any further ado, okay, so I'm going to grab some lodestones while I kind of talk about the game plan, because I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of winging this. I thought about this a tiny bit, but nothing too crazy. Basically nothing more than like initial, I came up with the idea, I think this might be a good idea kind of stuff, right? Nothing more than that. So I'm going to grab these lodestones. While I'm grabbing these lodestones, let's kind of talk. So anyways, first things first, why I'm in Legacy Interface mode and Legacy Combat mode, there's no reason. I'm in Legacy Interface for the sole purpose of the viewer experience. As the viewer, a lot of people might be watching this. I've actually been I've been recently having a fair bit of players coming from old school watching, and I just want to use the Legacy Interface probably for the first couple episodes as to kind of ease people into maybe RuneScape 3, because if they're getting interested, I just want you guys to know Legacy Interface is more than it's perfectly fine. If you're wondering how to get the Legacy Interface, you just go to settings, go all the way down here. There's going to be additional options and then legacy modes, and you can turn on Legacy Interface mode. Now I have Legacy Combat mode on, and that's only because at the lower levels of like, I think it's until like level 40 or 50, Legacy is actually better DPS and XP per hour than using abilities. And that's because I'm an experienced player, know that. As someone who might be playing for the first time, I would advise using the abilities to get used to them. But if you're like me, someone who's experienced enough at the game and knows how the abilities work for the most part, then yeah, you can just go in Legacy mode. So there you go. So there's that. So that's kind of explaining that. Another thing, so we can only level up our HP. So we could do combat like normal. Like I killed a chicken and I got a little bit of combat XP. So we could do combat to level up our attack or level up our HP if we want to. So that's an option. But the first level, we need to get up to level 50 total level in order to unlock our first skill, which means we need to get 12 more levels. So we need to get 22 HP. Now I have a couple of ideas on how to do this. We are also at a run. Ooh, there's a person here to sit. So let's sit down. And I have a couple ideas on how to do this. So if we pull up the, actually, this is a really cool feature. I'm going to show this off. So if we go here and put set target level to 22, I don't care. You can see that we need 4.6k, 4.4k XP in order to reach level 22. It won't get us all the way there. We'll still need to get 1300 XP. And I know I mentioned it in the intro, but I figure I can mention it again here. But in order, if I do quests, I have to keep in mind that if I can't use the lamp reward, I lose it or whatever. So I gotta be very careful with doing my lamp rewards here, because if I just go and like, I could easily complete Violet is Blue and Violet is Blue 2, which are 2 intro quests. They get a lot of XP. And they're great, but the problem is I might want to use those on other skills. Like, for example, I might want to use the Violet is Blue 2 quest reward on like archaeology, on like farming, right? Or, you know, herb lore, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I have to keep that in mind, that I can't just go and do a quest because it'll get me some fast XP early on, because I could also be losing that XP to potentially go in something else. Witch's House is an obvious one. I actually want to talk about Witch's House because I think that's one a lot of people would potentially recommend. The thing about Witch's House is in RuneScape 3, it's really dangerous. It is a really dangerous quest, especially early on. You actually want to have like decent stats. I think it's like 30s in your combat stats in order to knock it out. And I think it's 20s or 30s in order to take it on, because otherwise you just get completely demolished by the creature. Let me see. Do we have all the lodestones that I care about? Alcarid, Lumbridge, Draenor. Oh, I forgot to get Draenor, and oh my god, I forgot to get Lumbridge. All right, let's get Draenor and let's get Lumbridge. That's funny. That's funny. Get Draenor. I mean, well, I guess we'll circle back to Lumbridge. It's not a big deal. I just thought that was hilarious. Vampire Slayer got changed. So the reward for Vampire Slayer got changed to now give, yeah, it gives 4,800 combat XP, and I can put it into HP if I want. You don't have to. You get to choose, and it requires level 10 a minimum, which is what we already have. So we can use it right off the bat. What do we? How? It's level 28. That's the only thing that kind of concerned me, is he's kind of strong. You know what I mean? He's a little bit of a, like, for us, he's a little bit of a strong boy. He has 2,000 life points, or 200. Oh, you know what we can do, actually? Hold on. Big brain play coming in. Another option. What the heck is this? Violet is so another option. 2 options. Here are the 2 paths I see for us to start out. We can either A, do Vampire Slayer, knock that out, and immediately get the 22. That'll give us like just enough XP to get 22 HP. That's the big brain play. The only thing that concerns me is it's taking on a level 28 at level 1, at level 3, with no, basically nothing. Yes, I can buy myself a full set of bronze gear or magic or whatever. Like, we can get that. I'm not worried about that. But still, we'd be level 3. Even if I had the best equipment for level 3, that's still going to be shaky. You know what I mean? Should we give it a shot? Maybe. But we'll see. He is weak to magic, so potentially. But yeah, anyways, I digress. So that's one option. The other option, and it's actually not a bad idea, is to do, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but you can do the Stronghold of Safety. And this will get you 10k, as well as a lamp. Yes, I have to use the lamps immediately, but I can use those lamps on HP, and that's 1k. Then I can circle back over, do Violet is Blue 1, get the 3k from Violet is Blue 1, and that is now 4k XP. And we need what? 4.4k. So if we wanted to, but we can knock out the last like 400 XP, 466 XP very easily. So I'm less worried about that. But we could do like Stormhearts as an option, right? So that's one option. I think for the sake of making interesting content, let's do Vampire Slayer, right? My logic is gonna be interesting. That's my reasoning and that's my logic. So what we're gonna want to get is we're gonna get some basic gear. I know it's not gonna help us a lot, but it'll be something. So let's start the quest here. But I'm gonna try to do this by memory. The terrible threat. I'm gonna try to do this via memory. Go up the stairs. Go up the stairs. I don't know why I went back, but I think we can get. I think you still can get the garlic from here. Yes, garlic. Boom. All right, cool. So we got that. Let's go to. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Let's go to the barbarian village. Let's get the 10k because we are broke and we need money. Let's get the 10k. We are not going to do the security dungeon where we get the XP lamp. We're not going to do that one. Instead, we're just going to do the regular stronghold security. Every freaking door. Packing and cooking all that. Sounds like a pain in the butt. All right, 5k done. This is how I got my first 100k. Because I remember what I did was every day after school, make an account, do this, transfer the 10k over, call it a day. That's what I would do. Actually, you know what? Let's get the boots. Screw it. It's sacrilegious to not get the boots. Let's get the boots. So let's do that. But anyways, like I said, I remember I used to do this every day after school until I got 100k, and I was so happy. And you could actually make really good money just picking potatoes. It's so dumb, but it was so true. All right, you can actually get both here. We're gonna get both. There you go. Right, cool. So we're not gonna do the other one. We don't want to waste our effort. I'm trying to think. How do we want to play this? And then you can just go to Castle Wars. So that's how I would get over there. So I would get over to Yanil. I think we can still do that. Question mark? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're over here now. Let's get the Ardoin lodestone. Ardogny. I'm not a goblin. I'm not a gnolf. I'm a gnome. And you've been gnomed. Say hello to my tile locked. Look. Come on. How can I not? I'm in the starting area. Oh, those of you might know. Settled started a new tile locked character on his second channel where he's locked here and he can only, in order to get new tiles, he has to examine stuff. So anyways, if you come over here, really good starting food in both versions of the game. Gnome waiter. So, okay, it's 25. So we want to get the cheap food because let's be real here. We're a broke boy. If you're a broke boy, just say so. It's okay. Could do. Not going to do, but what we could do is we could do the Blood Pact quest and get a free staff. I'm not immediately knocking it. I'm going to see how much the staff is. And I might do that just because. They're the same exact stats. They're both air. But obviously, yeah. Okay, like always, you got to buy someone a beer. A glass of your finest ale, please. I actually really like that blind dialogue. It's such a simple dialogue, but I actually really like it. A glass of your finest ale, please. Boom. We might be able to just go to him. I don't know if Zaf. Okay, he does. All right, let's buy full wizard. So it is tank gear. I don't think it gives us any HP boost. I don't think so, at least. All right, and then how much is a staff? Ooh, 1,500. All right, let's be let's be cheap. It's 200 XP, so I'm not worried about it. But or like 100 XP in each skill, so I'm not worried about it at all. But we're gonna do the blood pack quest for the free stuff. Always remember, there was a time in old school RuneScape where the bronze dagger was technically a better magic weapon than the Aram staff. I want everyone to remember that. There was a time in old school RuneScape, a long period of time in old school RuneScape, where the bronze dagger was a better magic weapon than Aram staff. Oh, how? So if you used a mage's book plus bronze dagger, it was just better all around than using an Aram staff. Well, if I don't talk to the girl and turn in the quest, technically, I'm not breaking my rule, guys. No, I don't want to rescue you. Screw you. I like that you have an option to say no. I don't think you can beat the quest line if you don't, but like, I love that there's an option to say no. Yay, we get it. I mean, we're not going to get any XP from it. I mean, I guess we'll use it, but like I don't think we're going to get any XP. Yeah. See a block. So this is my point. I did this is why I did it, to show this off totally, and not to test the waters. I'm glad I did this first so I can know for certain. But yeah, all your quest XP is blocked. So I got that and I used it. So I wasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 XP. Just got wasted. Not that big of a deal though, because it's 100 in each combat style, and to be honest, that is the least of my concerns. So I am not worried about that. But that's my point. Thanks to us blocking it. The block system in the game, we don't have to worry about that doing anything we don't want to. So if you're a skiller, there you go. You can just go and do that. And now, let's go fight Count Draenor. Why am I not using Necromancy? I'm not a bitch. That is my legitimate answer. I am not a bitch. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I'm not doing this shit with Necromancy. That is the biggest cop-out in existence, and I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not doing this with Necromancy. If I can't do it with a regular with one of the 3 combat styles, I'm not doing it. Because I'm not going to cop out by using Necromancy like most people would. We are not doing that. And I wanted to say that because I felt like it needs to be said. That I'm not copping out and using Necromancy like a bitch. Alright? We're going to be a man or woman. We're going to be not scum. And we're going to use a regular combat style. We are probably going to die. I want to say, well, hold on. I just had a big brain idea. I wonder if the safe spot's still there. Let's see if the safe spot's still here. The only person in existence who probably needs to use a safe spot against the dude. All right, let's see here. We have run energy. We have food. All right, let's see here. We have to think. Or is attacks ranged? He's ranged. Oh god. Think. I mean, actually, we might be able to get him. I mean, actually, I think we got this. Unironically, I think we have this. I think his max hits, yeah, its max hits like a 30. We'll just eat up every time he slaps us below 50. Oh, okay, that time he doesn't do it. Basically, you walk under them, so this way they waste a tick of their attack. Like this, I'll show you. No, that's not it. Well, it doesn't matter. I give up. I give up emotionally. We got this, dude. We got this. Easy game. Easy game. actually think we brought like just enough food. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we can cut this. We can probably cut this a little closer, obviously, but I think we're good. Come on, baby. Yeah, let's do this, boys. Let's go. Easy game, easy life. Had zero doubts. Guys, I had zero doubts we were gonna lose, okay? I knew for a fact we had this. I know for a fact, dude. Why did you guys question me? Who would have questioned me? I said from the beginning this question was gonna be a joke. I said from the beginning we were gonna get this easy, dude. Easy. Easy. No problems, dude. No problems. Easy as crap, dude. Easy game. Super easy game. No wonder this is called Easy Escape. I mean, dude, holy crap. Boom. Get the lamp. All right. We're going to throw the, and as you can see here, we can't choose anything because they're all under 10. So we can only choose HP. And boom, baby. We now have exactly 50 total. Woo! We can unlock our first skill. So this is where things get interesting. Okay. This is where things get interesting. What skill are we going to unlock first? What skill are we going to unlock first? So here, I'm almost tempted to leave you guys hanging. Why am I eating food? I'm almost tempted to leave you guys hanging and to just be like, oh, next video, we'll figure it out. We'll show you guys next video. But I do have an idea in mind. Once I actually go pee, hold on 1 second. So here's my thought process, right? Hear me out. Because I haven't fully thought this through. Mostly because, I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to get this done this fast. That was really quick. And I'm really glad we decided to do Vampire Slayer first because, like, that's just fun. I don't know. To me, this is just a fun way to get the first skill unlocked. But I'm torn. Now, hear me out. I have a couple options. First and foremost, I want to address I was talking shit about Necromancy, but there's a reason I don't want to go Necromancy. Necromancy requires crafting, farming, mining, and smithing to get better equipment. I am fucked. Like, unironically, I am fucked. Post level, like, 20. I'm fucked. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. So, I actually don't want to go Necromancy. I think Necromancy is a terrible idea. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Herblore, obvious reasons are obvious. That's bad. Like, right off the bat, to tell you guys the skills I think that are terrible. Necromancy, rune crafting, farming. I mean, summoning, dungeoneering. Obviously can't do invention. I mean, I guess I technically could, but then I need to get 77 HP. So I mean, technically I could, but like, do you want me to make my first skill unlock invention? Let me know in the comments down below. And then I'll have to get the 72 HP in order to unlock my next skill. Oh, that'd be funny. Wood cutting isn't bad. Fletching would suck. Fire making would suck. Crafting would suck. Cooking would suck. Prayer would suck. Thieving would suck. No, not thieving. Smithing would suck. And not mining. Mining would be fine. So those are the main ones. Basically, a lot of the artisan skills would suck. The skills I actually don't think aren't that bad that I'm probably not going to choose. Mining isn't bad. We can get to 50 mining pretty chill. We can camp all the ore in our ore thing. We can go and as well as just buy the pickaxes we need up to level 50. So that's not that big of a deal. So that's not a big deal. Honestly, this is not a big deal. Agility, honestly, not bad. We would just do normal fucking agility. It sucks because it's agility in general, but it's not really any worse than it normally would be. So that's the reason I'm putting that as a no, as it's not that bad. Fishing obviously isn't that bad. We can just go and like catch crayfish to 20 and then go and just fly fish up to 50. Like fishing is pretty free. We just don't have the funds to fly fish. So, you know, we'd have to see. Thieving, obviously not bad. We can just do normal thieving, right? Not bad. Wood cutting, same thing as mining. Just do normal wood cutting up to level 50. Like there's nothing special that has to be done. I can just do normal wood cutting. Only thing different is I'm just banking the logs like I would with the ore. I'm just banking it instead of processing it. So to me, it's not that bad. Slayer, actually not bad. Yes, I'd have 1 combats, but I wouldn't get any too crazy difficult tasks. So while it would be a little slow, I don't think this wouldn't be terrible. I don't think it would be terrible. It would take a while, don't get me wrong, but I think it would be manageable. I do think it would have potential difficulty, so I'd put this as more of like a medium, but definitely doable. Construction, actually not bad, because I think, let me see something. There's one idea I have in mind. Oh, never mind. So what I was thinking, never mind, construction mid. I was thinking of mining limestone, processing it, and then going and turning it into limestone brick walls. Still doable because we can buy limestone bricks from vendors. So technically, this isn't bad at all because we can just buy a bunch. We can just buy some for Ring 3. I think. Buy some in Keldergram. Buy some in Morton. Like we can access all of these right now. The Morton shop, actually, I don't think we can. We can't do Morton. But we could do Keldergram. We could do that. And yes, it would take us a while to get the 50, but we can get 50 construction that way. And then we can use those to build like walls and shit over and over. So construction is definitely doable and not bad. I wouldn't do it, but it's something doable. Hunter just sucks in general, so we just have to do normal hunter. Divination, honestly not bad. Just do normal divination. And I would just do AFK regular divination in between caches. That's all we would do. Archaeology, very similar to mining and woodcutting. I can just buy the matics up to a certain point. So I don't think they're going to be that bad. It's because unlike all those other options I mentioned, combat skills are still going to give me HP levels, which is a little bit extra bonus levels than I would have accounted for. So rather than having to get 50 mining, having to get 50 woodcutting, having to get 50 divination, having to get 50 archaeology, I can just go and get 50 magic, 50 ranged, 50 attack, 50 strength, 50 and I can just go and get those up. Now, real quick, I just want to give you guys a big thank you for watching this first episode of this series. Normally, I would be doing more longer videos, but I figured because this is something I'm trying out, and I don't know how much you guys are going to like it or not, I'd make it a little bit shorter and simple so I didn't invest a lot of time in it. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know, and I will gladly make more videos on this. If you don't like it, or you think it's stupid, or you think it's silly, again, let me know, and I won't continue it. But I feel like this is just something cute and simple I could do on the side while I'm still working on my other series. So let me know what you guys think. I thought this was a cool idea, and I actually had a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. So I might continue it anyways, but I hope you guys really did enjoy, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. And also let me know what you either think the next skill is going to be or what you want it to be, because I'm going to let you know I haven't actually chosen yet. I'm still thinking. I have a strong idea, but I'm not necessarily going to. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.